What's it, YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr, bringing you more commentary from a duel at locals. On the left, we have pure Mitsurugi versus Madolche. So starting off by revealing Habakuri. Habakuri summoning out one of the Mitsurugis, tributing off straight away, searching out Saji. Is what I love about, like, Habakuri was such an incredibly good card for this deck. If that card was like any higher rarity than a super, my god, it would have been wild. So we're getting direct access to Mitsurugi Ritual. Great card as well. Just being able to either tribute from the hand to ritual from the deck, or tribute from the deck to ritual from the hand is insane. So being able to tribute 2 reptiles from the deck to get us into the Anamakumo gives us the ability that if you have prayers, you can basically set up a Raigeki during your opponent's turn, which is crazy in itself. And not only that, you also get another search. You get follow-up for the next turn. Also, being able to send some of the Mitsurugis to the graveyard allows you to recycle your materials. It's just like pretty much never ending. It's like so crazy how good the Mitsurugi cards are for a TCG exclusive that I don't even want to know what the OCG are going to do to the deck once they get it. So it is really, really scary. Being able to set up, and especially in the pure, there's so many different variants with this one as well. I suppose the only reason that this one gets a little bit greedy is like if you get Nibiru here, you do have to kind of pivot around a little bit more during your opponent's turn to bring back the Anamakumo. But then you also still have Dynamundo, which I believe they play in the pure version, and what looks like a Hagadizados to get you a nice little draw. Can be a nice added bonus. Continuing to Ritual Shaman. Just being able to add more and more and more and more to the field. Like, personally, I feel there are times when you want to slow down a little bit, not put everything to the field, but then there are times where you might as well go all out. Especially, I feel like game 1 you can be a little bit riskier because not everyone is maining Nibirus, not everyone is maining Drolls, but you do run that risk that if that opponent is main decking those particular cards, it can cause you a world of hurt. So, yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how Madolche pick through this. I know the Madolche player is obviously like very well known at the local environment for being good at breaking fields. It's also one of them risk and rewards is that they're not very well known for like playing hand traps. They tend to play like kaijus, and I feel kaijus aren't that great in this particular matchup because you're only going to tribute off, like if you tribute off their reptiles, they're just going to be able to go, okay, cool, use the effects and come back. The only benefit you'll get is if you trigger off or tribute off the Anamakumo, its effect is all in one. So what I mean by that is if they choose not to search and not to revive, then they're not going to get the Raigeki. And if they do Raigeki, there's nothing for you to have Raigeki'd. So it's kind of like a give and take on both kind of routes on that one. So hitting straight off with the Puddingcess War, trying to move its play. That is a Ragnarok, I believe it's the Ragnarok Link 3. Ragnarok Link 4, I believe it is. Just try and find the Ragnar. It's Link 4. Yeah, Link 4, the Ragnarok Chain Coils. Quite annoyingly disruptive. You can activate this effect. Neither player can activate effects. If your opponent activates a monster effect, you can activate this effect. Neither player can activate the effects of monsters in the hand this turn. That's quite funny. Activating Purification, which tributes off to negate, and then because you tribute. So this is the one big difference with the pure version as well. Is being able to use the Purification, tribute off the Anamakumo, comes back, and then just like Raigeki's the field is like, bruh, really? You're going to do that to me? And being able to Raigeki the field is just pretty much, yeah, I think that was enough. So Madolche have kind of scooped it up to go straight into game 2. Like, yikes. It's going to be very interesting that the Madolche player has chosen to go first on this one. But then this is what's quite scary about this particular Madolche version is it doesn't have like a balance. Like, it is still good at going first and going second, but what I mean is when you go into the side, like you dedicate yourself. So this player dedicates himself to going second, like his first duel, and then duel 2 he'll then dedicate to go first, and then duel 3, unless they've specifically won duel 2, you can then kind of change it up and go, do you feel you can complete an OTK or not? Hitting the Messengelato is quite interesting here because it stops access to what I believe is, like, it will stop access to the Madolche's kind of running rampant. But the ideal play for going first is you either go into the secret village lock, or if you feel that your opponent can out the secret village lock, you go into a fossil diner. And small is always quite interesting in this one because you can actually directly go and work your way into. So I think I saw them play a Malice matchup, and they directly searched out Lancia using the Kaijus as bridges. You can also search out a Drawn Lockbird, and again you use Gandora, I believe, as the bridge because it's the wind monster. I'm not too sure how you start off, but they'll be able to know that a lot better than I will. Obviously I'm not playing this version of the deck, so I wouldn't know, or I don't even play Madolche, so I wouldn't know the exact bridges, but you can kind of see what we're working with here to try and pretty much present a field. Like, the best field you can get to with this one against the Mitsurugi matchup is like Secret Village, because in Secret Village basically just goes nope, and considering the old cards aren't hard once per turns, so it can be massively damaging. So to go Chateau, and then you go to a second messenger, and I don't know if he sides in, like, goes out to 3 messengers. What card is that? Was that Secret Village? I don't think it was Secret Village. I think that was like Salon, though. Going to Glass Souffle. Glass Souffle detach, make it unaffected. Return. Is he going to go again? Is he going to get the messenger out for a 3rd time? Want to see me do it again? There's still no Secret Village. Is it? Which one's? Oh, it's Butler Rush. Sorry. It's Butler that searches out the Secret Village. The Butler searches out any field spell. I think that's what he's working towards. So you go into Crusson. There you go. There's the Butler Rusk. I knew it was coming somewhere. Messenger again for like the 4th time. Absolutely crazy. Gets access to the trap card. Get the other trap card, which is the kind of like Compulse effect. Overlay both of those, go into a Queen Tiramisu, goes into the basically Tiramisu for during your opponent's turn, which is insane. Additional normal summon of the Butler Rusk, search out what I can only imagine is Secret Village. Yeah. So side in Secret Village, activate Secret Village. And the worst thing about this is with the trap card, you have the ability to get a second Secret Village. Second spellcaster, so you can't just easily out it. And I think his opponent's just shown him Nibiru was drawn for turn, and it's like, well, if you get Nibiru in the previous turn, great, you Nibiru the entire field, there's nothing left, game over. And that's kind of where they introduce like Fossil Diner sometimes as well, which could be just as annoying to... Well, I say just as annoying. It pretty much is as annoying to deal with as Secret Village. So working off the back of Habakuri. Habakuri gets to resolve. No Drawn Lockbird from the looks of this. Going for the same route, I'm assuming, as game 1, which turns into Saji. Saji then obviously searches out the ritual spell. And then you just basically start cooking. This is the scary thing with this deck. It's just so, not like, I wouldn't say linear, but I mean, it does kind of set up the exact same thing every single time. Not that that's an issue, because it's obviously just incredibly consistent at doing so. But being able to work its way around so easily is just what makes it so incredibly powerful and damaging, to be honest. Being able to sell like a 3200 Raigeki is always going to be pretty mental. Just trying to find where I've put my Mitsurugi so that I can... I thought I had them to one side. Ah, I do. There we go. I know I had them somewhere. It's just easier to kind of, rather than looking on Neuron constantly back and forth, just being able to have them to hand so I can jump to each of them and go from there. Habakuri, Futsu, Amarasa, Saji, Kusanagi. There you go. God, I've got to try and get used to those. Habakuri is being ritual summoned back using the mirror. Mirror is like just another form of the ritual spell. You don't really need to play it in the hybrid version, but playing it in the pure is still going to be massively important for them. Trying to find where my Aminakumo's gone, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's got a super rare upgrade in the next OTS. Maybe even Hagar Lizardos could be really funny. If we're going for the Dino Mundo, no, going into SP Little Knight instead. SP Little Knight still sets up a really nice... you don't really want to be banishing your own ritual monster, but it still sets up a bit of disruption during your opponent's turn. You basically just target the SP and banish SP and another monster. which can really slow down the XYZ climb that Madolche are trying to present. Prez is also an incredibly good card. Prez is another card that I wouldn't be surprised if it got hit on an upcoming Forbidden Limited list, but then I also wouldn't be surprised if it gets a rarity upgrade. So evening match just gets straight away Purification. So this isn't the worst trade in the world if he brings back the Animakumo, because if you do that, then the Raigeki effect is offline, right? So go for Chateau. So you traded Purification for Evenly. Normal summon Magilin. Any effect for Magilin? No, it's just going to force the Animakumo to discard a card as well. Otherwise it's negated. Goes for Angeli. No additional normal summon yet, unless there is a Salon. Activating Pudding Cecil with no monsters in the graveyard. Summoning it down, sending one from deck to grave. We're going to let this resolve. I mean, yeah, the evening getting negated kind of hurts, but it did bait out quite a good interaction here. Oh, Dimension Barrier, calling XZs, I assume, unless you want to call Ritual, by all means. That's probably why you don't worry about the Raigeki. Like, leaving your opponent's monsters on the field like that, you go, okay, cool, well, even if I don't Raigeki during this turn, I'll Raigeki during the next turn, clear the field off, bring it back, and then push for an OTK. Activating the Vernisylph to try and search, gets hit with an Ash, which is just as damaging as anything else. I suppose the best thing you do is maybe make a Link Summon. Right? It's a shame that they lock themselves into Madolches. Again, just gives hero vibes. Well, they lock themselves in so they can't use the generic cards that everyone goes to once they get hit with multiple hand traps or their boards get stopped, and they just go like SP Little Knight or Typhon in some scenarios, but obviously in this scenario you can't Typhon. And even then you're just locked into Madolche. So going into Crufson, we're just going to try and keep it very simple. Can Crufson search out a trap card, or is it literally just didn't want to leave the monsters on the field? Oh, okay, sorry, it is. They're trying to use Crufson's effect. SP Little Knight banishes that in itself. Kind of makes sense, because otherwise you've already gone battle phase, you've already used up evenly, so you can't kill the SP. So I'm not too sure what you're going to be able to gain from that. I'm trying to find what the trap card is. I think the trap card they've gone for is the Dessert. So you target 2 effect monsters on the field, including the Madolche, return those monsters to the hand, or extra deck, and you get special on the Madolche from the hand or extra deck with attack less than or equal to. So Crufson comes back to the main zone, activating Prez. The Animakumo is going to be coming back, destroying the Crufson. Yeah, Amarasa. Bringing back the Makumo. Makumo's going to Raigeki the Crufson. Makumo's like 32, SP 16, so that's 4-8 damage at the moment. Can we get the... And then you normal summon down Aramasa. There's only one card left, like one along the back row, is that correct? Okay, so we're going for Ritual Summoning from the hand by Tributing from the deck. This is the other benefit of playing Pure, is you can play more Sagis, Amarasas, and also more of the Kusanagis. It also lets you play the Wosu as well, which I think is a really good card. Just give you that like searchable-esque kaiju, while also tributing off some of your other stuff. Activate Prayers, grab the Futsu. I think this is pretty much going to be game. Yeah, there you go. There's enough for game now anyway. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe and happy dueling.